Wanted to do a short video on the Scott Genius CYC X1 Gen 4 build that I did. Getting a lot of questions about it, so here we go. This is kind of how it started. Talaria MX4 I purchased because my grandson's racing minis, and my son's taking them all over the state racing, so I figured it'd be cool to rip with them. And kind of went from that to my Maro. My Maro's sweet, but I'm kind of a throttle jockey, so that's where the X1 came in. Oh yeah, and that's the next one. That's Fatty McPedal over there. We're going to put a motor on it. So anyway, I was going to do the Scott build after watching the video on the Spark build. So I thought about it, and I came across a Genius, and I kind of liked everything about it. So I contacted Adam over Electrify Bike, and he was super helpful with all the questions I had. I messaged him, and he texted me back, and he called me, and I probably spent an hour on the phone with him and asked him, any questions I had, he had an answer for, and the ones that he didn't, he talked to his builder and got back to me on it. So the bike showed up. Loved the bike. A couple days later, the battery shows up. Another day or two, the motor shows up. And first thing I did was try to put the battery up in there, and it wouldn't fit. So I'm kind of freaking out, and contacted Adam again, and I was like, dude, this isn't gonna fit. And he's like, well, send it back. I'll send you whatever you need. We'll make it happen. He's like, well, give me a couple days, man. Let me see what I can do to fabricate this thing in there. So basically, it wouldn't fit with the bracket. And the bracket is attached, to your water bottle cage inserts, but the battery only fits. It was only bolted on in 2 spots. So I figured, well, if I could bolt those 2 spots onto the bike, that'll work. So what I ended up doing, it's kind of hard to describe this, but I needed the battery to come further up in here. So I put a piece of plywood down here and a 2x4 block, and basically beat the block in here, and it flattened the frame out in here so I could get the point here just up a little bit more, so I'd have enough room to get it all together back here. So what I did up here was, and I thought about brackets and rib nuts, and there wasn't really anything I could do with it just because you can't drill down into it. So I took a piece of aluminum and shaped it for the concave of the frame and tucked that up underneath, and then a piece of starboard on the top, shaped it so the hose clamp would curve over it instead of getting caught on the edges, and wrapped the hose clamp in shrink wrap, and a little bit of protection underneath the bottom here. And honestly, this thing is rock solid. And when I got back here, I ran into some problems because I had the same issue, the curve of the frame. So did the same thing. I got out some starboard, and I shaped the starboard to fit the curve of the frame, set it up under the tab in there, and replaced the bolt with a longer 6mm bolt, drilled it straight into the frame, which allows you to get a nut and a washer on there through the inspection cover right here. It was a major pain in the ass, but it definitely did work, and I'm happy that it did. First time I did it, I mounted it in there, my power wire wouldn't go in. So I ended up taking the battery apart and taking the female plug out of there and putting a male pigtail on there so I could get away from the frame, because I don't know if you can see it, but it's thick. And yes, I peened the frame trying to do this. So I wouldn't suggest it, but I felt desperate. Other issues with this thing is the cage. The motor chassis is a little bit wider than the motor. You're not going to get this motor up any further. It's like their Norco downhill. The motor's level. And I mean, honestly, I'm not going to hit anything with it. I live on the beach. And if I want to go off-road like that, I'll take a dirt bike, or I'll take the Yamaha. So to get the motor to come up as far as I could, I ended up shaving the cage down in here And little by little, I used a carbide bit on a Dremel. Just shaved it, raised it, shaved it, raised it until I got it to the point where I wanted it. I made these aluminum custom brackets here out of stock aluminum, and I used the existing hole for the existing hanger bracket right there, and then right in the frames here, I ended up drilling it out, putting rib nuts in there. So I mean, to drop the motor to get to the shock is really not so bad. You'll unscrew this one and the other one and loosen up your spindle. The motor comes down and you can get at the inspection cover and get at the shock. Would I do it again? Probably, because I really like the way the bike handles. The battery sits really low. It's low to begin with. When I routed the headset, I routed the wires inside here. I changed the headset around, raked it out a little bit, made it a little slacker. Definitely a must, a leaky throttle. The stock throttle is not bad, but it's definitely not good. The leaky makes this thing, I don't know how to describe it, makes it a lot better. What else did we do with this? I have the heavy-duty drivetrain. I took out the 14s, put the 13 gauge DT Swiss spokes in it, and the engagement of this hub is so much better than the standard Shimano. If you're going to build something like this, I would recommend putting that hub in here. Unfortunately, I can't put this hub in Fatty McPedal out there, but I'll figure something out for that. And what else did I do? The standard brakes on this are 2-piston. I didn't want to get crazy with brakes, so I got a set of Shimano 524 pistons, and they stop the bike great now too. So all in all, I'm happy with it. I mean, there's little things that I find that I'm going to have to tweak out a little bit, but basically, it's awesome. What I did have happen to me was the display. Bike fell over, the display snapped. So I took a piece of foam, like floor foam that you would have in your shop, and shaped it, put it under here, and put these zip ties in it. As ghetto as it may look, it's movable. It'll rock. It'll absorb impacts, and is lower than the standard mount. It's more like an act of desperation, but it worked out really good. I don't know what else I really did to this thing, but hopefully this helps you guys out. I'm out.